What's up, everybody? This is Teacher Israel from Evolution Series, and today we will talk about obligations, suggestions, and commands. Remember that you have to do all your autonomous activities using your digital and printed books. Modal verbs: can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, need, must, ought to, and have to. Can is used for ability, permission, and request. Could, past ability, suggestion, and a future possibility. May, permission and possibility. Might, a possibility. Will is the willingness and certain prediction is for future. Would, request and invitation. Shall, offer and suggestion. Should, it's an obligation, suggestion, and an uncertain prediction. Need is a necessity. Must is an obligation, commands, and a firm necessity. Ought to, it's an obligation and a probability. Have to, it's an obligation and a forced circumstance. Now, must and must not, or mustn't, is a strong obligation, possibly based on the speaker's opinion. For example, I must study today. And also, it's a negative obligation. You mustn't or you must not smoke here. Should and shouldn't, it's a mild obligation or advice. You should save some money. Also, a mild negative obligation or advice. You shouldn't smoke so much. Should give suggestions and a friendly advice. You should apply for that job. You should try that new restaurant. Ought to is at least frequent in American English, and you can say you ought to call home or you ought to be with me. We use must to express a stronger point of view. We need to, we have to. The modal must also express opinion on one person's point of view. For example, we must fasten our seatbelts. You must stop playing computer games. She must learn to drive. It will be very useful. Banks must examine all documents. She must not disturb me. The students must study English at least 11 hours a week. Have to. Express impersonal obligation. The subject is obliged or forced to act by a separate external power. For example, the law or school rules. Express objective obligation. I have to leave early today. You will have to pay for the excess. In your printed books, you have this chart, and you have the modal verbs must, should, ought to, must, and have to. You need to write here if these are for obligations, suggestions, and commands, or in what order, and give a small example here. En sus libros impresos, chicos, lo único que tienen que hacer es escribir de qué se trata, son obligaciones, sugerencias, órdenes, de qué se trata, y poner aquí una pequeña descripción o un pequeño ejemplo. Thank you.